From the soft, blue-curled cradle of our Earth, we begin. Imagine the spacecraft standing ready on the launch pad, engines silent in the early dawn, awaiting its moment. The journey will traverse darkness and light, speed and stillness, Earth's embrace and the moon's quiet invitation. All the stages, each one a step deeper into space, toward a world both familiar and strange. The pad lights flare, engines roar, a rocket rises. Pure light, pure power, leaving behind the green fields, the oceans, the clouds of Earth. For minutes, the fire and smoke carry the vessel upward, slicing through the atmosphere. The first stage burns, then drops away. The second stage takes over, climbing higher still, the blue sky giving way to the blackness of space. In just a few minutes, speed and altitude combine to reach low Earth orbit. The spacecraft coasts into a quiet circle above Earth, floating in the fragile bubble of gravity. Here, the journey changes character. No more fighting atmosphere, no more thunderous roar. Instead, calm, deliberate motion. Once in orbit, the craft turns gently on its axis. Solar arrays deploy. Communication links come alive. Engineers and flight controllers confirm each system. Propulsion, life support, navigation. The craft circles Earth once, twice, perhaps more, allowing time for careful checks, for readiness. Because what comes next depends on precision. The moment when the spacecraft departs Earth's orbit and begins its path to the moon. At the appointed time, the main engine ignites again. The burn is brief but decisive. The craft's orbit elongates until it nearly escapes Earth's pull. The path curves outward, accelerating, crossing into the high frontier. This phase, translunar injection, is the turning point. The spacecraft stops circling Earth and begins coasting on a trajectory toward the moon. 3 days, roughly, of travel ahead. Earth falls behind, smaller now, a pale blue dot drifting away. In the quiet of space, the craft drifts. The stars are countless. The sun shines from a distance. Time stretches. Course corrections using small thrusters keep the ship on track. In this phase, the physical motion slows, but the mind remains alert. Systems monitor, routines run, the cabin hums with life support. Outside, the view is serene, Earth receding, the moon ahead. The journey is measured in thousands of miles, hours of silence, moments of reflection. This is the calm after the storm of launch, steady, purposeful, patient. Approach begins. The spacecraft's main engine fires once again to slow it down and allow lunar gravity to capture it. The craft enters lunar orbit, circling the moon, surveying it, preparing for the next stage. The surface comes into view, craters, plains, ancient highlands. The craft may perform reconnaissance or prepare for landing below. Each orbit draws it closer, each maneuver precise. The moon's gray surface seems still, almost forgotten, but here we are, arriving. When the time is right, the lander separates and begins its descent. The atmosphere is almost non-existent, so braking must rely on thrusters, careful control, and a gentle descent. Dust stirs beneath the lander's legs. The surface rises to meet them. Finally, a soft touchdown on silent ground. The journey from fiery launch to quiet landing complete. The craft rests. A new world stands before it. On the lunar soil, experiments begin. Sampling rock, deploying instruments, taking photographs. Life support systems hum quietly inside the habitat or lander. Outside, the sun casts long, stark shadows. The two moons of Mars are replaced here by only one. The Earth above is small and bright. Every step is careful because the environment is unfamiliar and demanding. Yet there is beauty: the gray plains, the black sky, the stillness of the moon. The crew sleeps in small, cocoon-like sleeping quarters, tethered gently to prevent floating in microgravity. Inside these padded pods, soft breathing and faint hums of life support fill the quiet. Though the moon has no wind or atmosphere, the hum of machinery becomes a gentle heartbeat, a constant reminder that life continues. Meals are carefully prepared from stored provisions, rehydrated and warmed with precise care. Each bite is deliberate, a quiet ritual. Eating is not rushed. It is part of the meditative rhythm of lunar life. During waking hours, the crew conducts experiments, maintains the lander, and checks instruments. Each action is deliberate, every step measured, for on the moon, gravity is only 1/6 of Earth's, and movement must be cautious. Communication with Earth punctuates the day. Voices travel across hundreds of thousands of kilometers, arriving with a slight delay, but they carry warmth and connection. Outside the small windows, Earth hangs brilliantly in the black sky, a vivid reminder of home. Evenings are slow, reflective. The lander glows softly against the dark plains. Crew members settle into routines, observing the silent landscape, watching shadows shift over cratered hills, and feeling the quiet vastness of the moon. Sleep comes again, and the cycle repeats, a delicate balance of work, rest, and quiet wonder, lived in harmony with this ancient, still world. When the surface work is done, the lander lifts off. The ascent stage fires, separating from the descent module if one exists, and climbs back into lunar orbit. It rendezvouses with the command module waiting above. Docking, transfer of samples and crew, then separation. The path home is set. Another burn. The craft leaves lunar orbit, setting sail back to Earth. The journey again spans days of quiet drift. Moon recedes, now behind. The Earth ahead grows larger. Systems check, re-entry preparations begin. The crew prepares for the next big atmosphere crossing. Approaching Earth, the spacecraft reorients for entry. The heat shield takes the brunt of friction as the craft plunges into atmosphere at tens of thousands of miles per hour. Plasma glows outside the windows. Finally, parachutes deploy. The craft slows. Water or land lies below. Splashdown or touchdown. Recovery teams arrive. The journey ends where it began, on Earth, but with the horizons expanded. From Earth to Moon and back, the journey whispers of human curiosity, technique, and perseverance. Each stage matters. Each step brings us farther than before. Imagine the silent glide between worlds, the distant gray surface of the moon, the blue orb of Earth welcoming you home. The journey is complete, and yet the wonder remains.